Good morning, MBC. This is Pastor Charlie coming to you with the Word of God today for August 10th, 2021, reading from Judges chapter 4, verses 1 through 10. I'm reading from the NIV. Again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, now that Ehud was dead. So the Lord sold them into the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. Sisera, the commander of his army, was based in Harosheth Hagoyim. Because he had 900 chariots fitted with iron and had cruelly oppressed the Israelites for 20 years, they cried to the Lord for help. Now Deborah, a prophet, a wife of Lapidoth, was leading Israel at that time. She held court under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the Israelites went up to her to have her disputes declined. She sent for Barak, son of Abinoam, from Kadesh in Naphtali, and said to him, "The Lord, the God of Israel, commands you, go take with you 10,000 men of Naphtali and Zebulun, and lead them up to Mount Tabor. I will lead Sisera, the commander of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his troops to the Kishon River and give him into your hands." Barak said to her, "If you go with me, I will go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go." "Certainly, I will go with you," said Deborah. "But because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman." So Deborah went with Barak to Kadesh. There Barak summoned Zebulun and Naphtali, and 10,000 men went up under his command. Deborah also went up with him. This is the word of the Lord. Deborah is one of the fourth judges of Israel during the time when Israel was doing evil. Israelites were doing evil in the eyes of the Lord. And since the death of Ehud, so we have Deborah, who was actually the wife of Lapidoth. Deborah is indicated here in the text as having led Israel at the time, which goes to show you during the time of Judges, we do have female leadership recorded in the history of Israel. Now, this could be a controversial issue, the way I present the material, but just want it to be known that it was just like the violence that these judges were doing is described. It's not normative. It's not something that Yahweh had prescribed, but what we notice is in the book of Judges, there's this repetition of this echo of people having done what seemed right in their own eyes. Not to take anything away from Deborah herself and her leadership, as we see, there were two judges appointed during that time. Barak was also considered one of the judges, and when Deborah gives charge to Barak, he was he was whining a little bit, right? "If you go with me, I will go, but if you don't go with me, I will not go." And Deborah reassures Barak, "Certainly I will go with you, but because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours." So I wanted to be to go on record that equal gender representation and the potential for leadership, it is represented. There is equality. There is a certain equality, level of equality at the base level. But at the time, we do notice that it is whatever it takes was being, whatever was necessary was being implemented. In the case of Deborah, the female prophet and a judge, who later on we'll see takes into our own hands the resolve, which is very, very gruesome, as many of the other judges during this period. May it go well with you that in God's sovereignty, whatever we considered to be normative. There are exceptions to that rule, and God's will be done by whatever means, whether it be palatable to our senses or maybe not so palatable, maybe objectionable, as it is. One of the late atheists, famous atheists, Christopher Hitchens, he said that the fact that God would allow for somebody else to be responsible for the sins that we've caused was morally unconscionable, right? That was, guess what? That was the gospel. That's the gospel that comes to us through His grace, accepted, and be glad in it. May it go well with you that no matter what happens in the days ahead of us, God will be in control and then we will be under His control. Blessings to you.